The Uncle Tom, the Sambo, they always talk about, I bring the facts. Oh, Talik, Snub 7, you don't bring no facts. Bring facts from where? Their facts come from racist statistics, come from their slave master. My facts come from living experience. My facts come from the intellectuals that are black like myself who understand the situation and how we got where we are today. You don't understand that. Every time you turn around, these Sambos, these guard dogs, they question black intelligence. They question black research because the Caucasian people, it's not in a Caucasian book. They want us to be better so that we can be better Negroes to benefit Caucasian people, not ourselves.
Hello YouTube, and thank you for joining me today. We are going to embark upon our second episode of Fundie games. I hope that you have something that you wish to say that may expand the way in which I see the world, or maybe correct a method in which I am employing in order to obtain truth. I do enjoy your dissent. I do enjoy your opinions. I do enjoy when we can respectfully relate to each other. Again, we are embarking upon a road where many wise men and women have turned away from, ran from, as they departed from the reality scam on Earth. However, our brother Talik has much to say, and therefore it is only courteous that we lend him an ear and maybe share our thoughts. I had no idea such an epic lack of good sense would be shown here. The facts you speak of are not facts by definition. A fact is not only a piece or pieces of information about events that occurred, but is a concept that can be proven. You claim you have had multiple opportunities to support your arguments in court. Then, of course, you are no stranger to what is called the burden of proof. In case I am mistaken, I will explain it to you. The burden of proof lies with someone who is making a claim, a positive claim. It is not the burden of anyone else to disprove what you claim. Your inability or reluctance to disprove a claim does not render said claim valid, nor provides it any credence whatsoever. I assign value to your claims based on the available evidence, the available verifiable evidence. Now, the capacity for rational thought is not assigned to an ethnicity, cultural, or racial group. Sorry, but if facts only came from current or former slave masters, we would have less scientific, political, or technological achievements than we do today. Also, it is rather short-sighted and highly dishonest of you to deem that all statistical information is generated by racists. Now, it is wise to ask about how the numerical information is gathered, organized, and if the data was properly analyzed. You may even be able to accurately reason if a group a statistician works for, that is ethical. But you would probably be better off determining if the calculated quantities that describe the data is accurate. All in all, what is being addressed is probability for the sake of generating a trend. It is a way to determine how likely an event is to occur. Granted, a case can certainly be made that numbers cannot address what a person will do, that trends are incomplete pictures, and other factors need to be figured into the equation to make a valid value assessment. If you are going to make an intelligent and truthful observation, Talib, about statistical information and how it relates to, let's say, painting a true picture of a supposed black criminal, since we know that online many statistics that are used are to show, supposedly, to the world how blacks really behave. Well, maybe you could try this on for size. Give me a second. Okay, the use of probability, especially with those called race realists, or race realists who now call themselves hereditarians, survives under the cloak of informing the world to the supposed reality of black violence. However, upon deeper examination, we can glean that by announcing supposed trends or supposed stats serves only to, or serves primarily to, disarm blacks in the public eye. That it also functions to purposefully, in a negative way, categorize him or her. That it is a weapon used to transform his or her self-concept, thereby surely to impact his or her behavior in such a manner that substantiates the criminal designation. Also, you would be in your right to address the randomness factor. During my educational efforts, many moons ago, as it relates to this discipline. By the way, my professor for this subject was a white woman. Oh, the horror! Oh, my goodness! A white woman instructing a black man. I wonder what her agenda was. Anyway, she stated often in the beginning of my studies of this discipline that the key to statistics is randomness, because the typical sample needs to be randomly selected from the population. I say this in order to be as specific as I can in an appropriate way. Moving on. Talik. Anecdotal evidence may be informative. Heck, it may even be true, but it cannot be used to logically conclude something. You may attempt to substitute it out for hard proof, but it is not the same, though I will admit it has its proper place. Sorry, Slick, but black people would be ill-advised, very ill-advised, to make decisions that may affect their well-being based strictly from your living experiences. We have no idea what your payoff is. You may claim that you want to see blacks succeed, but it may not be what sincerely motivates you. Also, the recounting of your experience may be flawed due to improper reasoning, biases, or even mental or emotional health issues, to name a few. Basically, like a good Christian fundamentalist, you are indirectly requesting your audience to put faith in your personal experiences. There can be a huge problem with faith. In order to have it, trust would be required. You are asking an individual to give up self-reliance and to put hope in the integrity of your personal character. By them even partly giving up their independence, they are gambling with their security and are depending on your character, integrity, and dependability. No thanks. No, you keep that. Can your claims be devoid of accuracy any more than what it is? Here you go, again, all coiled up emotionally and dead ethically. Look, I never stated that the word from a black intellectual was not suitable because it was not confirmed by their white counterparts. Because that's basically what you're stating. You would be better off to ask my opinion than to assume it. You did not get this personal belief that is not founded on proof from my video or comment section remarks anywhere on YouTube or any other social media. It is my stand that since propaganda has become caustic and spreading like wildfire every day, that the presence of the black American intellectual who is not from Africa or from the islands, but a descendant of slaves from America, is more important than ever. Now, I think it is asking a little too much of me to entrust your interpretation of a credible intellectual's work. My only critique of black intellectuals happens to be the same of many other intellectuals, including whites, and that is intellectual elites, or those who consider themselves as such, especially those springing forth from major universities, appear isolated from the general black population. My major concern that I have voiced publicly is that they could not or may not be able to relate. This is not to say there are not some who can. So get it together, Slick. Other than integrity, we have a major difference. You are forever complaining, and though I theorize, I'd rather be engaged to overcome the status quo, not just throw words around, in hopes that we as a people will understand the proper use of power and economic stability. We need, in my opinion, to be captains of industry and not merely appointed. In order to do this, what do you think is needed? Black intellectuals will be mandatory, as well as a change in consciousness that will alter our exposure, hopefully, to a healthy paradigm and distribution of knowledge. Maybe I should say, hopefully our want for knowledge and its proper application will increase among the populace of black Americans. I thought you were the gatekeeper to real truth. The lies you assign to those who are opposed to your worldview has to stop. Your flirtation with deceit has to stop. Your frugality with the truth needs to cease. You are a big part of our problem. My observations of you suggest the probability of you leading another to a mentally desolate destination is high. Thank you for listening.